We know you're a Tolkien fan, so this movie especially has some departures from the original material. Just not talking about Tauriel, but some other things. So what's the addition that you find more faithful from the original books?
The thing that I really like about the way that the writers tackle this is that they always look for the root of that idea in Tolkien. So none of the departures have really come from completely the imagination of the filmmaker. They've always been inspired by Tolkien. So one of my favourite parts of it is when Gandalf disappears for such a long period in the book and you don't really know where he goes, and actually Tolkien just tells us where he goes in other material. So I think it's very important that we see him in Dol Guldur. We see the rise of that orc army, because come the third film we're going to want to know where those 5 armies have come from and why. So I find that fascinating.
In the extended version of the first movie, we know more about Thorin, especially about his family's sickness. Do you think in this movie and the next one we will see more of his origins?
Yeah, I think again in an extended cut there was a storyline about my father Thrain, which didn't make it into the second film, but just because of the time that it would have taken. But it will be there in an extended edition, and you'll see Thorin spiraling into the same place that his grandfather Thror went to in terms of the dragon sickness, which I think comes up in the prologue to the first film. So it resonates with the character. I often feel with those kind of stories that it doesn't necessarily have to be on the screen. It's part of the tapestry of the character.
Okay. Do you think there will be more pickups?
I don't know. I hope so. I'd love to go back and do another month of work. I will always go back and work with Peter, but if necessary, I'd rather me physically go back and do the work than them try and create a digital character.
Okay. And is there any scene that you loved that was cut? You already told me what maybe is that.
I have to say, the majority of my work has made it into the film. There was one scene in the first film which I can see why it didn't make it, but it was when Thorin describes being born in a cave and seeing fireflies on the roof. And I think it was interesting because it shows you the claustrophobic childhood that he had inside the mountain. It's sort of irrelevant to the story, but I enjoyed filming it because it gave me a sort of platform for Thorin.
When we see him entering finally in Erebor in the second movie, he's very happy. So it's nice to think about his childhood in a so little place, and then when you grow back, when you are grown up and you come back, you are so happy.
I feel that I really felt that I wanted to. It's joyous, and it's also laced with sadness as well, because his home is gone. All of his family were perished. Really, all of his people perished. So there's a moment of joy when he opens the door, but then when he smells that air of his childhood that is laced with death, I think it's quite a spiritual, moving moment for him.
Okay, thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.